ready to make some candles, soy scented candles. And I am going to make myself a solstice candle. So anyway, let's get started. This is what I did to get ready. I have glued my wicks on the bottom of my vessels with hot glue. They are cotton wicks, and I have these little wick holders, and I will end up with extra wax. So I'm making 3 candles as gifts. And I have already weighed out my wax over here. So this is how you're gonna measure your soy wax. 1 pound of soy wax equals 20 ounces melted. Again, 1 pound of soy wax equals 20 ounces melted. So I have 1 8-ounce candle and 3 4-ounce vessels. So that will make 20 ounces. And I have weighed out 1 pound of wax right here. And I'm just going to put my green soy dye in right now. Here we go. And it'll be dark green. Now I'm going to just go away for a second and start the melting, and I'll come back when it's almost all melted. I've got my star anise for when I finish my solstice candle, and I have got my whole cloves right here. And I have some of the crystals I'm going to use. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this moss agate. I'm definitely going to use this clear quartz and this little sunstone to represent the sun. I don't want to put too much in. Sometimes crystals can go over to melted wax and make the wick go out. And also, I'm going to be extremely careful when I add my herbs because they are flammable and I'm not responsible for what happens. Also, over here, I just wanted to point out, this is just a tray I have, and I put some parchment paper down to protect the tray because I am a very messy pourer. So anyway, I'll come back with some melted wax. Now I have it melting on the stove in my double boiler. See? I have got water in the bottom part of the double boiler. And you can see the soy coloring is already melting to make the wax green. Forest green blocks. No, I'm not trying to sell candle science, but I really like their soy color. It doesn't run. It doesn't look funny on top. It just works out for me. Here's an action shot right now. You can see it melting. There's all the green melting in there. And I'm using my popsicle stick to stir. I just like to use them. I don't know if there is something else you can use, but after I use this popsicle stick that I got from Dollar Tree in a pack of 100, I just throw it out in the trash. Can't really reuse it with all the scent and wax on it. And I just take it over here and I set it down on a paper towel so my stovetop doesn't get all dirty. I learned the first few times I was making candles, it was so messy. I'll be back when the candle temperature is 185 degrees. The important thing about putting your scent in your scented candle is that you should really put the scent in when it's 185 degrees and not sooner. Then you need to let the candle scent bond with the wax for about 2 minutes. I hear things about candles that don't have scent when they're burning, or they have too much scent, or it only smells like soy. And honestly, I am not a chemist, but if you are putting in the scent at the wrong time or using too much scent, that's going to happen. Again, I'm not a chemist. I'm not a professional candle maker. But I've heard that if you put too much scent into your candles, they can separate and you'll have oily looks on top. Now, I don't know if that's true. It's never happened to me. Again, I am going to use 100% candle safe oils. I am not familiar with using essential oils in your candles. I believe you can use essential oils in your candles. I just do not know how you would measure it. So I'll be back when the candle temperature is 185 degrees. Thanks. Now what you can do if you do not have a kitchen scale to measure out your wax, there's another trick that I tried one time. You fill up the vessel you're going to use for your candles twice. Again, that's fill up the vessel you're going to use for your candles with unmelted wax twice, okay? Now, don't fill it all the way up to the brim. Just fill it as high you think you're going to put your melted wax. Now, this is not 100% foolproof. I did it the one time and I ended up with extra candle wax and I poured it into a tea light holder. So, anyway, that's what you can do if you do not have a kitchen scale. Now, as you can see here, my wax temperature is at almost 185, so I'm going to get my candle scent, dark forest scent, and pour that in here as soon as it hits 185. Thanks. I have just added my dark forest scent into my melted candle wax, and I turned it off the heat because I really did not want it to get up to 200. I want it to just stay at 185, and I'm stirring and stirring to get the scent blended with the melted wax. And I'm going to leave it here for a tiny bit, and then I'm going to pour it into my stainless steel pourer, okay? So I will show you that when I come back. I just wanted to show you really quick. I have poured the wax out of the top of my double boiler here, and I am going to quick wipe it with some paper towel while it's still runny because it'll be easier to clean later and then it's not all stuck and hard on. So I'm just going to wipe it right now, get that out, and throw a little hot soapy water in there so it cleans up nice and easy. I'll be back. I just wanted to show you that it's all clean. I got it clean in a little 20 seconds flat. All clean. Just going to set it over there to dry. And also, remember, I told you you did not really need to have a double boiler to make candles. So if you had a metal pour, stainless steel pour, you could just stick it in the pot of boiling water like this to melt all your wax. Now, I am currently waiting for my wax to get about to, I usually like to have my wax under 150. I know there are some specific terms for pouring wax if you're a pro candle maker, but I really like to get mine under 150, maybe 145, 140. I think part of that is it could cause bubbling or something, and if you're using a glass vessel, there's a possibility the really hot wax could crack your vessel. So anyway, I'm just going to let it cool. But look how rich that is. And it smells so good. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm all ready. I'm still waiting for my wax to get cool enough. And yes, I know my wick holders are very dirty looking. I use them a lot to make fall candles and other things like that. So I'm going to stop shaking the little camera holder here and I'll come back when I'm going to pour. Okay, I'm ready to pour. I got the wax to be under 150 degrees, and I'm going to start to pour them. Look how dark that is. See that? Here's some more. See, I told you I was a messy pourer. That is exactly why I have that paper there. And it'll also rub right off the vessel after the wax has cooled. And pour this one. Now, what to do, I'm going to come back when these are dry, probably about an hour, and I'm going to clean them up and put the herbs and crystals on top of mine and the ones for gift. With a heat gun, I'm going to heat them up. But what can you do if you do not have a heat gun? If you do not have a heat gun, you save a little bit of the wax to pour about 1/4 of an inch on top of your candles. You're going to reheat it, you know, and you're going to, do not put it in the microwave, okay? You're going to reheat it and pour that on the top so you can put your crystals and your herbs if you desire. So I am just pouring some more in here, trying to use all of this. Oh, there goes my parrot. She's a noisy one, isn't she? She's a cutie. I love her. She's my doll. Still trying to use up all the wax here. So maybe I measured too much out. Let's see. Where else do we need some? Maybe this one right here. I'm going to use it all and use my heat gun to fix everything. So I'm just going to pause right here. And hopefully my cell phone camera will allow me to start recording again. If not, there will have to be a part 2 to this on another video. So thank you. I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, and Huns, I forgot. So I'm going to be cleaning up everything while I wait for this wax to harden. And after I wipe everything and wash it with soapy water, I'm also going to wipe it with some of these wipes to make sure all the scent is out of my kitchen sink. And then I'm going to throw it all in the trash. So what you're going to see in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the temperature and humidity of your house, your candles will start to turn the color that they will actually be when they're hardened, okay? And they'll be beautiful. Now, I know you'll be tempted to move them and touch them with your finger and move the wick. Just let them be. Just have fun. You're not selling them. It's for fun. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to point out that my candles are drying a little bit here. But do you see that green wax on top of the holder and some of it that I've spilled? That's the color that my candle will be when it's finished. It's going to be so pretty. Now, I know some people like to use essential oil in candles, and like I said, I do not know how much to use because I use oils that have actually been made specifically for candles and soap. So there are some ladies on YouTube and some guys too that make candles with essential oils that they have in their supply. And they probably would have some tips how much you want to use. Okay, I'll be back when these are dried some more. Got my tweezers. Got some crystals. I don't think I'm going to use the moss agate. I use the sunstone and the clear quartz. I'm going to get my star anise out. I think I want to put 1 star anise in each of the candles. Okay. Maybe have it sitting in the candle like it's a rising sun. So maybe have it sticking up like it's a sun, like that, into the candle. And I'm not sure how many cloves I want to use. Oh my goodness. They smell so good. It all smells so good. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Look at that pretty rich color coming along. I just want to tell you something about candle dyes. Once I bought a bunch from Amazon, and they were okay. It was the soy wafer kind, like this kind that I'm using, but I don't think they were really that much of quality because they ended up like sitting on top of the candle, like separating from it and making this weird film. And I have not had that problem with this type of wafer that I've been using probably since, this is new to me. So about September, I've been giving away candles and stuff and burning them, and they don't seem to separate like that. So, and just remember one more time that your scent should be added to your melted soy wax at 185 and let it bond. Just let it bond, stir it in, let it bond. Okay, I'll be back when this is all, come on, keep hardening. You can see on the bottom here that it's starting to, see how it's later on the bottom? Hopefully that's a good sign. Alright, I'll be back. So when's your candle gonna be ready to burn, right? Okay, I know, I was excited. First time I make candles, I burned one the next day. Technically, you can. They recommend you wait 48 hours to 2 weeks. So I'm a 2 weeks girl. So since I'm making this for solstice, the winter solstice, this candle should be ready. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Almost there. Look at it. Isn't it getting pretty? I'll be back. Almost. Look at the top of those. Almost. Getting there. Almost. Almost. So you see that I have warmed up the top of my candles and I have put what I've wanted to put in them, and now I'm just going to stick this as close to the edge as I can. Then I'm going to place my sunstone over here to represent the sun. So we have this sun and this sun. I am going to put this quartz over on the edge. It was the smallest one I could find, a quartz point. Stick it over there. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have something. I have a couple quartz points that have melted down into the candle wax, but there was a candle I bought, no, maybe 2 of them I bought, that when I started burning it, the large quartz point went over and put the fire out on the wick. So It was a little messy till I got that taken out. So here we go. This is my solstice candle. The top's gonna dry and look more like the green that's down here. And the light in my kitchen is a little weird. It's really bright. So let me see. This is more what it'll look like. It's a nice rich green. It smells like the forest. And I will leave these sit without their lids on. Probably another half hour or so. And then I will cover them up, give them away as gifts. And this one will be mine. And I will burn it on December 21st. And I'm going to burn it every day until February 2nd. If it lasts that long. I hope it does. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video on how to make your own candles for yourself that's cheaper than buying them from a big box store that might end up smelling like soy or it looks oily. Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you about soy wax before I go. Oh, here, you might want to use tweezers too. Yes, I know I have dirty wax on it. One more thing just to tell you before I go. Soy wax will, no matter what you do, I don't put additives. I don't use that stuff. I use clean scents, cotton wicks, 100% soy wax. The one thing that soy wax will do is it'll leave wet spots. So you might have, like maybe a week later, you'll see wet spots down on your candle. Or you might have something on the top that looks like little crystals. It's something normal that soy wax does. So that's why the heat gun, I'm really picky. I like perfect tops to my candles. So you might want to, if you want to make, you know, candles, or you're thinking of making something that you're going to shrink wrap, maybe you want to get the little cheap $9.99 heat gun just to make candles. So, you know, I might not like these in an hour, and I might come back and spray them up some more. And you know what, while I'm standing here talking to you, I think I am going to get some clear quartz chips. I've got a whole bunch up in my cabinet. Some tiny clear quartz chips, and throw them into the tops of these candles that I'm gifting. But anyway, here is, oh, I know it looks kind of gross. Maybe I'll post a finished picture later. But here is my finished winter solstice candle. The top will dry and it'll look smooth. I know it looks kind of weird right now, and I'll post a picture of it later. So thank you for watching this. I hope you take care of yourself, and remember to do some crafts for yourself that are not expensive. And have fun. Bye-bye.